Greetings, my fellow descendants. It's your boy right here, K Pro, and I'm back with yet another tutorial. Today we're talking about the English summary, guys. Okay, so why I'm doing this tutorial is because I know that you guys like neglecting easy questions because you're focused on the harder questions, and then those harder questions end up killing you. So I'm gonna make sure that you guys collect a total in the English summary. I'm very much sorry that I was not around. I was just dealing with a few things, but I'm officially back, and I'm gonna try and drop a tutorial each and every day if possible, right? So guys, before I continue with the English summary tutorial, please do make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that red subscribe button down there. And then secondly, I have a WhatsApp group chat. I'm building a community called Masters on my WhatsApp group so that you guys can pose questions based on the tutorials that you are getting here on YouTube. And if in any case you need private tutorials towards the end of the year, then you can just communicate with me privately on WhatsApp. So being on my WhatsApp group is actually very much beneficial because I can also even give you notes if you can text me privately or anything that is related to the tutorial or whatever I was teaching here on the YouTube channel. Please do not hesitate to join that WhatsApp group. And yes, it does not have any conflicts or anything. Only admins are allowed to post on the group, so you won't have problems with your data. Right, guys? So today we're going to be talking about the summary. This is a very easy chapter. Teachers usually don't know how to teach this chapter, but I'm going to try and simplify it for you guys because I know that you guys are very worried and you guys are writing English very soon, and yeah, everything is just all over the place and your emotions are all over the place. So don't worry, Masters is at your rescue. All right, guys. Yeah, so make sure that you tune into my bio and the comment section because all the links are there. And what I usually do is that I leave PDF versions of my lesson down there on the comment section. But if I didn't do the PDF version, it's fine. Just join the WhatsApp group and then I'll compile PDF versions for you guys, those who are interested and are really glued to my lessons. All right, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way, and follow us on Facebook as well. Right. Let's start. The English summary, guys. Very easy. Now listen to me. Please have a pen and paper next to you because I'm one of those people. Have you ever heard this thing of doctors, scientists having one of their most disgusting handwritings ever? So I'm one of those people. My handwriting is very much, it's all over the place. So I prefer that you listen more to this tutorial and pay attention than for you to look at my handwriting because I'm not good at that. I blame my crash teacher though. Right. So let's see. Summary. Right. So we're gonna talk about the English summary, and I'm gonna try and write it in bold. Now, guys, this is very easy. I want you to think of it in a everyday life type of way. Okay. So here we go. I used capital letters. At least now I'm trying. All right, guys. Summary. Now let's first dissect the word summary. I do not believe in what these teachers are doing in class, whereby now they just teach you something without dissecting it. How can you teach me how to do something if I don't know what I'm doing? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to dissect the word summary and then you can understand what is happening. So those who are doing maths are going to be at an advantage when I'm talking about this. But I believe everyone should be at an advantage because this was taught in primary. So in primary, in mathematics, we were taught that there's something called sum. Now look at this. Sum. So what is a sum, guys? A sum is just basically saying that we are adding. We are adding. There's an addition of something, right? Let's put it down and say we are adding. When we're saying we are doing a sum, according to mathematics from primary school in grade 2, they said we are adding. They said we are adding. Right, guys? So a sum is basically the addition of something. Now, looking at this whole word, this is what I'm focusing on, not Murray, okay? Summary. All right, guys. Now that we are adding, let's look at it in this way. If you and your friends at school, this is you and your friends. I told you I have a bad handwriting and I'm a bad sketcher as well. Okay, guys, I'm all about the chemicals and stuff. So yeah, you and your friends at school. Let me try and draw three some things here, or people, whatever. Right? So this is you you and your friends, okay? So if you and your friends chill together during break, and you guys decided to call yourselves the Musketeers, or maybe you decided to call yourself the bad boys, the bad girls of the school, right? So let's say bad girls. Bad girls. Okay? Bad girls. Cool stuff. Right. So now that you guys are calling yourself the bad girls, does it mean that, let's just say, this girl, her name is Lerato, her name is Bongile, and her name is Tando, right? Tando. So guys, I want to know something. You guys calling yourself bad girl does not mean there is no longer Lerato, Tando, or Sbongile. These people are the ones that are forming this group. But now, this group is a collective representation of all of you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So basically, another word for some could be collective representation, right? Collective representation, right? So basically, now we are summarizing it. We are collectively representing something, right? Now I'm gonna go back to English now, right? In English, you are given a text, right, that has points, questions, and everything. But what we are trying to do with summarizing, why they're asking you this question, is because they want you to drag out the main ideas within that text, right? So that if somebody was to ask you what was happening in that book, you can just give them an outline. Do you understand what I'm saying? A general idea. Do you understand what I'm saying? In a paragraph format, because you're in grade 12, they expect you to write a fluent paragraph, but I'm coming to that. Okay, so now that I told you what is a sum, we're just adding the points. But now in English, we're not adding everything up. We are adding the main ideas of the text according to how the question was set. Okay, guys. So now I've explained what summary is. Now we're gonna go and check out a paper. 2019. Please try and download a 2019 paper. If you have it, open it up or something. November 2019. Guys, there is no reason for me to choose 2019. 2018, 2019, 2020, the papers are still the same, because in English paper one, this format never changes. It's always the same thing, but different text or different articles. Right, guys? So, I'm just going to go to section B, question 2. If you have the 2019 November paper, NSC, you guys can check that out. Right. Now, what I'm going to do, I am not going to summarize this text, number one. I am going to teach you how to approach such a thing and the steps that you should take to approach this. So I have a general approach to this, name. So I'm going to write it down on my page here. So, all right. Now, this is a secret recipe. I'm sorry, a secret recipe that I use. Now, let's go to that paper again. So the first step, I need you to note this down. First step, we are going to read this part, the one that I'm highlighting right now. That's the first step. We are going to read that part. So let me go here and say our first step is to read, right? But we are not reading the text. Remember that. We are reading the what? The instructions. So I'm going to call this one RI. We are reading the instructions. Right. Let's go and read the instruction, guys, quickly. Question 2, summarizing in your own words. Text C provides insight into censorship of the internet around whatever. Summarize in your own words political censorship of the internet. Right. Now, we are going to use highlighters, right? Take your highlighter. You come to where they say summarize. Now, I want you to understand something. Summarize is an action word. It's a verb, right? So now they are telling you what to do. This is the most important part of this question because it's an action sentence. You are being told what to do. So you come with your highlighter. As I'm highlighting in blue, you come with your own designated highlighter and you highlight this part. What is this part saying? Summarize in your own words the political censorship of the internet, right? Political censorship of the internet, right? Good. Now that you know what you must summarize, we can read now their instructions. Your summary should have 7 points. Write a fluent paragraph. Indicate that we're going to come to that. Now that you have your action words and you read the instructions, now when you come into the text, guys, I need you to be very careful, right? Look at the title of the text. Government gag the net. Government gag the net. That's your title. Right. Now what you're going to do, guys, this is very simple. You're going to read this text once. But now, let me go write this down. This is step 2. We're going to call this one RT. Guys, I promise you, if you follow these instructions, you will never go wrong. Okay. So now, as the internet continues to gain whatever, so you read all these things, now you have to remember your action sentence that you highlighted. They say you must summarize the political censorship of the internet, right? Now you have to know what is censorship, guys. To censor something is to block, to stop, to influence, something like that, okay? So now what you're going to do, you're going to say, when you start writing your points, now that you've read the text, you are going to write your points in point form. 7 points. Write 7 points based on this action words, which is the political censorship of the internet. I do not want to see anything that says how the government gags the net. No. I want to see anything that is related to political censorship of the internet, right? Anything that is related to that is a point. And now remember, when we're dealing with a summary, it's important to note, it's a side note, I'm going to put it here at the side. It's important to note that we cannot use stats. We cannot use stats. Statistics, it's a no-no. We can't say that we are not allowed to use that, right? We do not allow question marks. So no questions should be added into the summary. Because remember, questions are usually rhetoric. They are rhetorical questions that are added into the text to keep the reader interested. Now, when you're summarizing this thing to somebody else, you don't have to keep them interested or anything now. We just want you to outline the main idea of the text. So why use a rhetorical question? Because the rhetorical question is used to keep the reader interested, right? I hope we are clear. And why we do not use statistics when summarizing? It's because now statistics, guys, are used to add more credibility to the text. So why must I add credibility to a text when I'm summarizing or giving out the main idea of the text to the next person? Because remember, a summary should be as short as possible. Let me make an example. If I say 1 plus 1, I know this is not related, it's equals to 2, right? So this 2 is the summarized version of this 1 plus 1. But can you see that this 1 plus 1 is long, it takes more space, but this 2 is in singular form. So it's the converted version, right? I hope I make sense. I'm trying to make sense. It's the collective or converted version. So now we're going to move. After you read the text, we can come back here now. I'm going to try and keep the tutorial short, right? Because this is not in a difficult chapter. You read this, you're going to pick up 7 points, right? That are related to the action words. Remember, guys, do not summarize the text as it is, but we are summarizing what? Political censorship of the internet. That's why it's highlighted in black, right? Sharp. So we're going to summarize. Don't summarize yet. Yeah? You're just going to write the points exactly as they are. Yeah? So I'm just going to say, write points, right? Yeah? Great. Now you're going to write the points exactly as they are. Now, after writing these points, you have 7 points. But usually you're going to find 9 points. Then you'll just have to choose which ones you're going with. Just choose 7 from that 9. Okay? Now, the question is now, what's going to happen now? You see now, if you've done this, now your job is much more easier. Because from here onwards, it's just application of English language. Right? So what's going to happen now is that now, you are going to go to each and every sentence. And try to change that sentence. How do you change that sentence? 1. How to change a sentence is that you just want to say 1. You're going to use a synonym. a synonym. Guys, I'm sorry about my handwriting. I'm really bad with using the drawing tablet and stuff, ne? So I'm sorry about my handwriting. I'm going to try and improve because I don't even practice using this thing. Right, synonym. Please note down synonym. I'm sorry about the bad handwriting, but you can see what I'm talking about. So what do I mean when I say synonym? It's with the words that mean the same thing, right? So what you're going to do is that if they say, for example, the justifications for such shutdowns are usually relatively predictable, right? For predictable, I can put foreseeable, right? If you know English, you know that predictable can also be foreseeable. For there's a lot of words that you can change. Moved to regulate. So here by regulate, you can also use implement, right? So have as many synonyms as you can. You understand? You are allowed to change any word in that sentence as long as the sentence is not exactly the same as the one that you took, right? So that's what you're going to do from the first point to the seventh point. You're just going to make sure that you're going to change one word by using synonyms, right? If they say government, you can just say the state. You understand what I'm saying? Just changing those smaller words in each and every sentence. Now, right, after you do that, now we're going to see what's going to happen. After you do that, now you're going to come to the last step now, which is the paragraph, right? Now, this paragraph, guys, you have 7 points. Ne? Some schools or some teachers will just say, do not write the points, just go to the paragraph immediately. But I prefer that you write the points first, change the synonyms, then you can go to the paragraph. Why? The paragraph, once you have 7 points, it's very easy to write the paragraph because you are going to use what we call conjunctions. I hope I'm not mistaken. So if I'm mistaken, I'm just going to call them the traditional way in which we used to call them in primary school, which is the joining words. Basically, those words are like, I am on top of a table, but I am drinking juice, right? So it's those words that join sentences together, right? Join clauses together. So from your point 1 to point 7, you'll be using these conjunctions to join your sentences so that your sentences can form a what? A fluent paragraph, right? A fluent paragraph using what? Conjunctions, right? From there, you will be totally done with your summary. And that's 10 marks. Do you know where the marks come from, guys? You changing you changing at least 3 sentences and adding synonyms there. It's 3 marks. I don't know if they call it content or what, but it's 3 marks for content, right? And then the other 7 marks comes from you detecting the points, right? You picking out the points from this text, like seeing what, okay, this one is a point, this one is a point. Now that's also marks, right? So guys, be careful when you're dealing with this. This is extremely easy, right? Right. So I know you guys are probably going to be writing your prelims soon. So good luck with that. Don't forget to join my WhatsApp group. I will also be hosting cross night towards the end of the year. So as you join my group, you'll be getting updates regarding that. And I also offer private tutorials in English, life science, mathematics, and physical science, guys, right? Those are the subjects that I did at school and that I'm good in. If there's anything that you didn't understand, join my WhatsApp group and tell me. Guys, it's simple. Just follow us on our Facebook page. If you want to talk to me privately, just join our WhatsApp group, and then from there, we'll take it from there, guys. Have a nice evening, or a nice day, or a nice whenever, because I don't know whatever time you'll be watching this tutorial. From me, your boy, K Pro, I'm out. Side Masters.